Hola, ¿cómo están? Espero que estén súper bien. Yo soy HeyEstee y bienvenidos otra vez a mi canal. Si eres nuevo, no olvides suscribirte dando clic al botón rojo que está aquí abajito y a la campanita para que no te pierdas ningún video nuevo. Antes de empezar, les recuerdo que tengo Instagram, Twitter, Facebook y TikTok para que vayan a seguirme. También hago streams todos los días en Twitch, así que si les interesa, ahí los espero. Y también les recuerdo que ya está a la venta mi merch a través de la página de Instagram, @HeyEstee_shop. En el video de hoy vamos a ver la quinta parte del caso de TikTok Alex Calvo is Haunted. Si no han visto las primeras 4 partes, les voy a dejar los links en la descripción para que vayan a verlas antes de ver este video. En el video anterior nos quedamos en que Alex se encuentra en el diario de su bisabuelo unas notas referentes al muñeco Robert, que es muy conocido por ser como la versión real de Chucky. Entonces se está poniendo muy interesante, así que vamos a ver qué pasa. El siguiente TikTok lo subió el 4 de octubre y dice más leyendas.
We are continuing through this journal that I found the other night. There are 2 more connections to pretty well-known Florida folklore, paranormal, whatever you want to call it. So let's just dig in. The first one for tonight says Pinky underlined, then says St. John's River, Astor Park, Lake Monroe, and then Dorothy Abram underlined. Now this did not take me long to find out. St. John's River is pretty close to where I am. I'll just go ahead and show you what I found. Pinky is a reptilian river monster that is primarily sighted in the areas listed in the journal. Dorothy Abram was basically the best eyewitness that they ever got. She saw it in 1975 with 4 other people, gave a really detailed description of it. You can look her up and look up her description. This one says, interview has me thinking on changeling problem. Left it alone till now. Too old? ? May seek counsel with double dead T white witch. But what it mentions is changeling. Now I looked up what that is. I knew a little bit about it, being someone who was interested in horror and mythology, and it varies a little bit, but here's what I got online. Yeah, it's basically like a, some kind of crazy monster that mimics humans, babies, whatever. He then mentions seeking counsel with the twice dead T white witch. I looked up what that could be, and I found what I'm almost certain it is, so I'll go ahead and show you that now too. Elizabeth Budd Graham died in 1889 in Tallahassee. People believe she was a white witch. Given that she would be about 100 years dead at the time, him seeking counsel with her seems to imply some kind of communication with spirits, which seems right up the alley of the things I'm finding, so not a big surprise there.
Ok, eso es algo que me encanta de este caso, que tú mismo puedes buscar en internet toda esta información y es real, son cosas que existen, que han pasado, no es algo que él se está inventando. Entonces, si alguno de ustedes tiene dudas de esta información, pueden buscarlo ustedes mismos en internet. El siguiente TikTok lo subió el 6 de octubre y dice nota de mi abuela.
I did, however, find one paper that looks to me like it is definitely related to that friend of my mother and aunt who went missing, and that caused the big rift that ended up splitting up my family. So I'm just going to show you what I found. Okay, so on the back of this recipe, a little spaced out from it, there is what appears to me to be a pros and cons list. It's a little hard to read, but after looking at it, on the pros side, it says have girls again, have grandbabies, justice for Jessica, family legacy, and don't carry burden alone. On the con side, it says girls could end up like Jessica or Alex, which doesn't make sense to me because I was a little kid at the time, but bring danger back to our lives, risk opening artifacts to worlds, so a lot of weird shit. And then at the end it says girls and babies alive with a greater than sign in my life. So it looks to me that for at least a little while she did wrestle with the possibility of letting my mother and my aunt look into my grandfather or my great-grandfather's things in order to find out what happened to their friend. Looks like her name was Jessica. I guess at the end she decided it was better to keep us all safe and alive than to have us around her and risk our safety, which is pretty sad.
Ok, pero está muy raro que lo haya mencionado a él ahí. No sé si después vaya a investigar un poco sobre eso. El siguiente TikTok es del 7 de octubre y está contestando un comentario que dice: esto es básicamente un libro de cómo detectar o disponer de brujas, y creo que podría ser el significado de MM en una de las páginas de recetas de tu bisabuelo.
Okay, I want to thank Ash Horton Here's Who because they figured something out that might be kind of big. When you look up the movie Haxon, the Benjamin Christensen, the guy that my great grandfather says screwed him out of credit, claims that he based the movie on this old book called the Maleficus Maleficarum. Here, I'll show it to you. Basically, it was a witch hunter's book from the 15th century. Here's some information from Wikipedia. You can pause and read through it. This follower, Ash, she pointed out that, in my great-grandfather's first journal that I found, in the list of things that he seems like, things that maybe he's bringing with him, he lists MM. So maybe the abbreviations are books. That could be the Maleficus Maleficarum, however you say it. Maybe that could help us figure out what those other letters were. Maybe that's one of the books he had in the trunk. I mean, this is kind of cool. So, hopefully we'll find out soon.
Ok, el siguiente TikTok lo subió el 7 de octubre y dice llamando a la medium 1.
Hi, is this Megan?
Yeah, how can I help you?
This might sound a little bit strange, but I actually found your number and name on in some papers that my grandmother left for me.
Is this Alex?
Yeah? How did you know that?
Well, your grandmother told me she thought you would call.
You mean like her ghost?
No, she told me this a few months ago before she passed away. I'm sorry about that, by the
Oh,
way.
okay. Thank you. Yeah, that makes a little more sense, but just a little bit. Did she told you that I'd call you? Did you guys know each other, or?
She did tell me that she thought you would call, but I didn't really know her. She called me. We knew of each other. Everyone in my field around here knew about her.
And her father, I'd guess.
Yeah.
I've had some strange things going on. Word seems to be that I should talk to a medium. You have her endorsement, so.
Wow, that's really an honor. I guess she was impressed with me. How can I help you?
I was just hoping that maybe you could come out. I live in her house. I mean, it's my house now, but it was her house. And like I said, there's just been some weird things going on, and I'm finding out even weirder things about my family history. And I would just love to get some answers. So if there was a way that you could just come out and, I don't know, do your thing and help out, whatever you can do.
Of course, I'd love to help.
You mentioned that, she called you, but, she died of a heart attack. Did she, know somehow, that she was dying or she was going to die?
She didn't say that or anything indicating it really, but I have a sense about people, obviously. Even over the phone a lot of the time, she gave me the sense that she knew she was almost finished.
Almost finished?
It feels like the best way to put it, she'd done her part, set the stage maybe, I don't know. I imagine we'll get clearer answers when I come out.
Ok, creo que en este video vamos a ver la visita de la medium. El siguiente TikTok lo subió el 8 de octubre y dice el fantasma de mi abuela.
So I'm pretty sure that I just saw my fucking grandma. Okay, I am up here where all the different scary activity has happened, and I'm hearing what sounds like somebody walk around on the floorboards. As I'm up here, I can feel the pressure of steps landing around me. I don't really know what's going on. It just seems pretty fucking crazy to me. I don't know. This is not what I signed up for when I got this house. Oh shit! Fuck! Come on. Come on, what was that? Holy shit. Holy shit. Is there somebody in here, or was that actually my fucking grandmother? Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh. What the fuck? Oh my god. The fucking robe is sitting there on the floor. Are you kidding me? Holy shit. A little hard to see in the video, so I screenshotted it and I upped the contrast, and just you be the judge. Look what this fucking is.
Ok, ese TikTok fue el que yo vi que me hizo empezar toda esta historia aquí en mi canal. El siguiente TikTok lo subió el 9 de octubre y dice actualización.
I also had that dream again last night, or this morning. I don't know if it's just because of what happened last night, it's in my mind. Or as some people think, like that's them trying to communicate with me. But in this version of the dream, I walked into my grandmother's room. They were arguing about something. When I walked in, they kind of turned and looked at me. My grandma smiled, but they just kept going. And they were talking and talking about something, and I couldn't really tell what it was. It sounded like they were trying to keep it from me. The one big thing, though, this time is I really got the sense that there was somebody else standing in the corner behind them. I could kind of see them, but I couldn't really make out any details. It was somewhat similar to when I saw that shadow, but not quite a shadow. There was just, you just couldn't really make the details out very well. It seemed kind of dark.
El siguiente TikTok también es del 9 de octubre y es sobre la visita de la medium.
Okay, Megan the medium just texted me. She said she's here. She asked me to come outside. Hey, is everything okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got you out here. I like to have the person I'm working with me, especially when I first start experiencing things.
Are you experiencing things already?
Yeah, I've been feeling the energy of the house since like back at the stop signs down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty strong. But the closer I got to the property, the weaker it became. Like something's dampening my senses. It reminds me of when I first started like a decade ago. I had to work so hard to pull the information forward, and it hasn't happened in a while, and it's happening right now. Like I feel like I'm in a fog almost.
Okay. I'm Alex, by the way. Sorry.
Megan,
That's
sorry.
okay. It's okay.
Nice
but
to meet you.
yeah, nice to meet you. No, that's okay. The weird stuff. This house is filled with weird stuff, so that doesn't really surprise me that you're experiencing something strange. Why don't we just go on up there and maybe you can see? I don't know what you can tell me, what you can feel.
Okay.
You mentioned like about something dampening your senses. Do you think that that's like some kind of spirit that's here in the house?
No, it doesn't seem like a spirit. It seems more like an object, maybe something blessed or enchanted or something.
Okay. Is that gonna keep you from being able to help me?
No, I definitely can still help. I'm just gonna have to work a little harder. It feels like exactly like it did when I first started. Whatever is here that's suppressing my senses, it's definitely working like it's supposed to.
Can you tell me anything about the entities that are here?
Yeah, we're gonna need to go look for them.
So how many entities do you think are in the house?
It feels like 4. Did you see your grandma last night?
Yeah, right there, actually.
And the little girl?
I did not see a little girl, but I posted the video online, and that is something a few other people mentioned seeing.
And you saw something over here.
Yes, I did.
And you saw a face in the laundry room.
Wow. Yeah, I saw, it looked kind of like a picture of my great-grandfather, and I mentioned that, but a lot of people were telling me that it was probably a demon.
No, I don't think there's anything demonic in this house. Whatever it is that's dampening my abilities, I don't believe it would let anything demonic in here.
Okay.
But I do think this is your great-grandfather.
Why?
It feels like these two spirits are related, like father and daughter.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's my great-grandfather, my grandmother, little girl, and you said there were 4 entities? What's the 4th?
You saw a shadow over here?
I did, yes.
And you chased it down.
Oh my god, yeah.
He was actually pretty proud of you.
Proud?
Yeah.
Um,
And he also accidentally might have scared your daughter. That was not intentional.
Holy shit, okay. Do you think that could maybe be my great-grandfather's grandfather? Because he's mentioned him a couple times in some notes.
I think maybe. This is a very old spirit, much older than some of the other spirits. When spirits have been dead longer than they've been alive, it's kind of a little harder to get a read on them. But it does feel like these spirits are related.
Okay.
I just wish I could get more. Whatever is here is definitely really... I really feel like I'm in a fog.
Do you want to go sit down again in the...
Yeah.
Yeah, let's... So can you sense anything else about like what this thing is or where it is, whatever this thing that's dampening your senses is?
It's definitely under the house. It's probably under this room. It belonged to the old spirit. I'm seeing like a cross, like a really old cross.
Okay, what about the little girl spirit that you mentioned before? Can you tell me anything else about her?
She's different. It's definitely a human spirit, but there's just something off about it. She's definitely different. She's not here right now. She's hiding, but I'm getting a sense of her, and she wants to play outside.
Can you get a sense of what any of the other ones want?
So they're divided about something. Your great-grandfather and the older spirit, they want you to do something. Your grandmother doesn't want you to do it.
Can you ask them questions?
It would be better if you asked, and if they respond, I can let you know.
Okay, for my grandma, is this thing that you don't want me to do, is that related to the information that you wouldn't give to my mom and Aunt Helen about Jessica?
That's a strong yes.
What happened with Jessica in that whole situation that you're willing, like, I mean, you lost your whole family. What happened?
I'm not getting all of it, but there were some really bad people involved. They were enemies of your great-grandfather. Even mentioning them is kind of, it's making the energy of the house really negative and dark.
Okay, for my grandma again, you mentioned in the pros and cons list something about becoming like Alex. What did you mean by that? I don't understand.
She had a younger brother named Alex. You're named after him. He died really young, like in his early 20s. He was doing all of this stuff, and that's what got him killed. I don't know what they mean by all of this stuff.
I think I do. Okay. I'm kind of at a loss for words here. Do you think that, can you ask, or I guess I ask, is there any way to get under the house?
I don't know. Have you tried getting into it?
I found one entryway, but it was like really hardcore sealed off.
Can you show me?
Yeah. Okay, so there it is, the only entrance I found under the house.
Yeah, your grandma definitely did that. She's pretty proud of herself. There's something in there. Your great-grandfather and the older spirit, they want you to go in there. Your grandmother doesn't want you to go in there. But whatever's in there, I don't feel like that's it. I feel like there's more to find. There's definitely something under there, though.
Oh, now that, mentioning that, I don't know why exactly, but I remember that I do have these keys that I meant to give to you sooner. Could you just take them and tell me if you get anything off of them?
These are your great-grandfather's keys. This one feels like it's a key to the house. This was a key to the house.
Okay.
This is a key to, like, a lockbox. They got pretty excited when I mentioned that. I think there's a lockbox under there.
Oh, wow.
And this one seems like a key to, like, a church. It might not be operational anymore.
Okay, wow.
Is there any way we could go over there?
Yeah, okay.
There's a lot of spirits back here. They don't feel human. But there's a lot of them.
Have you ever experienced something like that before?
Only one time, in this really old house that was built in like the 1800s by some European immigrants. It felt like this, like they had brought it over with them. If that makes any sense. I'm feeling really drawn to this tree. Wow. Your great-grandfather brought the beginnings of this tree over with him from the UK.
Wow.
I don't want you to think I'm crazy or anything, but I feel like there might be fae out here. I think this might be like a fairy tree.
You know what? That doesn't sound crazy to me because it really just falls in line with everything that I've been experiencing too.
Are you feeling okay?
I just feel really lightheaded. This has been an experience. I had to work a little bit harder than usual. I think I'm just gonna head back home before it gets worse.
Yeah, you don't want to be driving. Okay. I mean, I really appreciate you coming out. You've been an incredible help. It was really nice to meet you. And, maybe if you're willing, you can come out again and we can find something else out. I don't know. Okay, thank you.
Ok, la verdad creo que está bastante interesante todo esto. Antes de terminar el video, quiero ver si veo a la niña que mencionan en el video anterior donde alcanza a ver a su abuela. Ok, lo que dicen es que hay una niña junto a la abuela. Les voy a volver a poner la imagen a ver ustedes qué opinan. Creo que a eso se refieren, no estoy tan segura. Si ustedes ven otra cosa en ese video, avísenme en los comentarios. Y pues hasta aquí lo vamos a dejar por hoy. Como les dije, faltan muchos videos, así que estén pendientes. Voy a tratar de subirlos lo más rápido que pueda. Espero que les haya gustado mucho. Si les gustó, no olviden darle like, suscribirse dando clic al botón rojo que está aquí abajito y a la campanita para que no se pierdan ningún video nuevo. Gracias por el video, les mando un beso enorme y nos vemos en el próximo. Bye.